Hey y'all, welcome back to Simply Carolyn, and I am back today. I'm starting to do some of my prep for Thanksgiving. So tonight I'm showing you how I'm going to be preparing my sweet potatoes to get them ready to the point that all I have to do is just drop them into the pie shells and bake them. So let's get started. This is probably going to be a quick video tonight because like I said, all I'm doing is just showing you how I actually prep to get them ready to be baked. So first, somebody gave my husband some sweet potatoes. So what I'm going to do, I can't bring you in too close and too far out. So let's see, can I get it to, okay, that's good. So what I'm going to do, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 10 sweet potatoes of all different sizes. I got them from big to medium down to small. So what I'm going to do, they are sandy. So when you get them, the first thing you're going to want to do definitely is to wash them. So that's what I'm doing now. Getting them washed. And then I'll show you what we're going to do with them after that. And make sure you wash them good, y'all. I use warm water and wash them down really well. Let me get me some paper towel here. Like I said, you're going to want to wash them down really good. Ooh, that water is too hot. So they're nice and clean. And I usually boil mine. But seem like when you boil them, they get a lot of water to them. So I'm going to try baking them this time. There's always more than one way to do something. Like I said, all you're doing is making sure you get them nice and clean. And if they have some long string or ends on them like that, I just pull them off. You don't want to keep that on. I hope y'all having a good day. I'm just actually getting off work, so I'm going to get some prep work done. Get some dinner cooked really quick. And get myself ready for tomorrow, by the grace of God. Another work day ahead. It's always something for a woman to do. Always. If they do it. I hear a lot of people say, well, I'm bored. Whew. I don't get a chance to get bored. Because there's always something for me to do. But I guess when you're the only person that pretty much is doing it, then there's always something to be done. What I'm doing here is some dark spots where it was sitting in the dirt maybe. I'm just getting them off. You don't want to cook that. But anyway, once they get done, you're going to take them out of the casing, or out of the skin. But still, I don't want to, you never know what gets cooked into something when you're actually baking it. So, I try to get it off. That's a big one there. I got 3 pretty big size ones, and the rest of them are anywhere from medium to small. We're going to see what happens. Okay, this is my last one. So now, what I'm going to do, I have a pan here lined with some foil. So what I'm going to do is get these dried off really well. I have my oven preheated to 350. It's already beat, so it's letting me know that it's already ready. Okay, so all I'm doing here is just making sure that I dry them really well. That's one of the bigger ones. Okay. I have to work a late shift the day before Thanksgiving, so I am trying to get as much prepared ahead of time so that it'll help me out. I don't want to be in the kitchen all day trying to cook. I want to be able to enjoy my time and relax. Okay. Like I said, these were 10 that somebody gave my husband, so I'm not a sweet potato eater. I used to eat them when we were smaller, and my grandparents used to cook them, but only time I eat them now is when I'm doing a pie. Just to bake one and eat it, I don't love them that good. Okay, so that's that one. And I did oil my pan down before. I'm just getting up this little excess water off that pan. So now what I'm going to do, I have some vegetable oil. You can use whatever kind of oil you have on hand. Whoops, I almost turned that over, y'all. So now I'm going to make sure that I can get them all on this pan first of all. And I think I will. Yep, it's just enough. So what you want to do, is put some oil on them. And that helps soften the skin while they cook. See? I put oil on them and I'm just going to rub it in. And you do that with all of them. Make sure they're nice and coated. And I lined my pan because sweet potato gives off sugar or a syrup whenever they bake. So that was the reason for me putting the foil on the pan, because this is a non-stick pan that I have. But I put the foil on here because I don't want to get all that stuck to my pan and then have to scrape it or soak it. So anyway, what I'm gonna do is pour some on each one and then rub it in. And then once that is complete, and you're ready to put them in the oven, and you're gonna let them bake. I have my oven on 350. And you're going to let them bake until they are soft. When you mash them or touch them and they're soft and they don't spring back. I mean, when you mash them and they stay, like when you mash it in and it stays, then it's done. But if you touch it and it still feels hard, then they're not done, and you'll need to leave them in there for a little bit longer. So see, that's all you're doing, just putting oil on the outside of the skin. And make sure that each side is coated. And when you pour them over your, whew, Lord, they're slipping out my hand, y'all. And when you pour the oil, make sure that you pour it over your pan, because you don't want to get that oil all over the floor. And it's not going to hurt the bottom of your pan. It'll just help keep them from sticking. Okay, that's my dryer went off. That was a lot of noise. You don't realize how noise it is until it go off. Okay, so I almost got these ready to go in. It's another one of the big ones. And y'all, when these are baking, they make your house smell so good. Okay, got one more. ready to put them in the oven. Okay, there you have it. So like I said, that is 10 sweet potatoes. And you don't want to put them right close together. Give them room so that they can breathe a little bit. Okay, let me get my hands clean off. And then we're going to get these in the oven. And when I come back, I'll let you know how long I bake them. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with them next. Oh, this is greasy, y'all. Greasy, greasy, greasy. Okay. Be needing some of that grease in the wintertime when them legs get ashy. Okay, so my oven is already preheated. And this is what they're looking like. So I'm going to go ahead and get these in the oven. And it is now 6:14. So I'll let you know when we come back how long it took for them to get done. Okay? So y'all stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so my sweet potatoes are done. I put them on at 6:14 and I took them out at 7:30. So that was roughly maybe an hour and 15 minutes. Okay? So now here's what they look like. And this is what I was telling you. If you squeeze them and they don't come back out, then you know they're done. And because they look, you can tell they're done because they're wrinkled. And that one, you can see the sugar. Oh, that's not the one. I'm trying to see which one. Oh, it's this one, y'all. You can see the sugar running out of it. The syrup, rather. So that lets you know that it's done. So these will have to cool down. And then once they cool down till I can to the point where I can get them peeled, I'll go ahead and show you my next step in getting this sweet potato mix together. So y'all stay tuned. Okay, fam. So now my sweet potatoes have cooled to the point where I can peel them, and this is what they're looking like. So now what I'm going to do is take my hand mixer and run this through them to get some of the strings out of them. And this is a step that you definitely don't want to skip, because if you don't do this, then your pie is going to be stringy. So make sure you do this step. So we're going to go ahead and get this done. Okay. And if you have a lot of potatoes, then you're going to want to do them in batches. So, see those strings there? Those strings, that's what I'm talking about. Trying to get the strings out of it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my beaters out and rinse them off. And I'm going to do it one more time just to make sure that I got them all. You definitely do not want these strings in your pie. It will not be good. Doesn't take long to do, but it's worth the effort to do this. My grandmother used to have something called a strainer. It was cone shaped and it had like a wooden it looked like a spatula. I think you could use it for a spatula. And she would take that and actually mix. She would just put it down in the strainer, and then take the spatula like thing and put it down in there, and she would just roll it with her hand. So that would definitely get all the strings out of your potatoes as well. But this is a step you definitely do not want to skip, because I guarantee you, if you do, you will know the difference. Okay, beaters, go ahead back in. I always have one, y'all, that give me a fit trying to go in. So what I usually do is just, okay, there we go. Now I got that locked back in. So now I'm just going to do it, run it through one more time. Okay. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot. So I did get some more out of that batch. So now what I'm going to do, and this is what it should look like, guys, whenever you get done with it. And see, it's not real runny. If I would have boiled them, I think they would have been more runny. So the only thing I'm going to do tonight with this mix is add some sugar to it. And then I'm going to put it in a container and put it in my deep freezer and freeze it until I'm ready to actually make my pies. So this is a 1 cup measuring container. So I'm going to put just 1 cup of sugar in it. And once I get ready to mix all of my other ingredients in it, I'll taste it and make sure that it's sweet as I want it. And then it'll be ready to go into the pie shells. So I'm just taking my rubber spatula. I'm just going to stir it up until it's well combined. And then it'll be ready for the filling, the pie crust. All I have to do is just add my other ingredients. And this, just doing this right here ahead of time saves you a lot of trouble and a lot of time. Because when you're trying to cook a big Thanksgiving meal, you definitely don't want to have to do this on the day that you're getting ready to bake them. So, and make sure you stir it from the bottom. And I think this what I have, according to whether or not I use deep dish pie shells or the regular crust. I can probably get anywhere from 3 to 4. If I use a regular crust, I can probably get 3 pies out of this. But if I use the deep dish, it'll probably be 2. So I'm going to show you again what it should look like. And so now, all I'm going to do is transfer it to this container and freeze it. So whenever I get ready to put my pies together, I will be back to show you that. And then we'll show you the final product. So y'all stay tuned.